Hey guys, today I'm going to teach you about the edge method. E, D, G, E, edge. Hey guys, Matt Guzman here, back with another video, and today's going to be how to solve a Rubik's Cube fast with the CFOP method. And I'm going to explain it a little bit differently. If you don't know, I have a second channel called Eagle Scout Matt Guzman, and as scouts, we're supposed to use something called an edge method, which is our guideline for explaining things to other people. So I'm going to be teaching you the guidelines on the CFOP method. And before learning CFOP, you must know it's an advanced method, and prior to doing this, you should know the beginner's method. And so you should see Perm's link in the description. He did a very good explanation on the beginner method. So if you want to know how to do some of the other things, I'm going to explain it. And CFOP actually stands for cross, F2O, OOL, and PLL. So let's do this scramble here. And what the scramble does is obviously it mixes it up, but it gives a computerized scramble, so it's more likely to be randomized. So during inspection time, it gives you about 15 seconds, and you want to be able to recognize some way you can get the cross within those 15 seconds in your head. So I have a solution in my head. Cross is done. Now I immediately move into F2L, which means the first two layers. And how I do that is there's a series of algorithms and muscle memory that I've learned over the year that helps me solve it. After F2L is done, you actually go on to OOL. I actually had an OOL skip right there, so I didn't need to do it, and I'm already done. But usually there'd be a second step, which looks like this, where the yellow top isn't completely done, and you need to do an algorithm to get it done. I just happened to get a skip right there and moved on to PLL. But the OOL is when you're trying to get the entire yellow section after getting the first two layers. So how it works, when you're solving it, you get that cross, you do the second layers at the same time, and then you do the yellow face. Then after you do the yellow face, you want to make sure the yellow sides match up. And that's the basis of the CFOP method. It's much faster than, well, it's usually much faster than other methods like the Ruibk method and the beginner method. So learning this efficiently can really help you in faster solves. My personal best is 13 right now. I don't know the exact like seconds. I just know it's 13 point something. But that's how fast I've gotten with the CFOP method so far. And I usually average around 20 something. So this was a 23-second solve, and that's usually my range. But I'm going to show a few more solves and explain what I'm doing during those solves. So I'll mix this up and demonstrate more on the CFOP method. Okay, 15-second inspection. Once again, I'm trying to aim to get the entire cross solution in my head, which means to plan out the cross, so by the time the timer starts, I can just execute it without even thinking. Well, that's the hope that I'm trying to do. Sometimes I'll have to pause because I mess up a little bit, but it's okay, because I can just easily fix it. Like right there. I didn't know what I was doing right there for a second, so I had to fix it. Alright, 22 seconds. So, when you're trying to learn CFOP, I'm going pretty fast just because I've been going better at it because I've been using this for a long time. But when you're starting out CFOP, you don't want to go as fast as you can. There are some people in tutorials that say to slow down and look ahead is the best, but that's only when you're as advanced as me. When you first start out, you just want to learn the logistics of it, like how the turns are supposed to be done and the different algorithms, and you want to go slow to learn those at first. And once you start to get faster and faster, that's when you start to get to my speed. Sometimes when I slow down, it's intentional, because then once you learn the algorithms and it's just based on muscle memory, then you can follow the slow down and look ahead, which is where, as you're solving, you're planning out the next few steps in your head based on the algorithms. It's a lot to take in, but once you start to do it, you understand it more. So, this time I'll actually do a run through of what I'm doing instead of just staying silent. Okay. Alright, so I got the cross already. Now moving on to F2L, which is trying to pair the first two layers with the corners and their respective sides of the second layer. And basically how that's done, there's a series of moves that you're supposed to do, and there's, depending on what case you get, I was really hoping I could get a sub 20 right there. Depending on what kind of case you have with the different edges, you can perform different moves. So like right here, I have the corner, but the edge isn't matched up. So I can instantly know what to do for that, and it solves it. And same with OOL and PLO. If you're trying to figure out which pattern to do, when you're learning the algorithms, you want to slow down at first until it becomes muscle memory, and eventually it starts to get progressively faster. Learning algorithms is always difficult and hard, but if you just keep practicing it over and over, then it gets easier to do. It does get you in a position where you want to go faster, and it'll just mess everything up in the long run because then you're not fully practiced in it. So, like with, let's see, with a case like right here, there's not really an easy way how to explain it, but I'm trying to find a way to where I can get a column that looks like this and easily insert it without any problem. So that's what the aim of F2L is. And then after you do F2L, you want to move on to not CFOP, it's part of CFOP. Once you're done with F2L, you want to move on to OOL, which is trying to make the yellow layer all there. So I just happen to know this one, where you can memorize it enough to where it's muscle memory, you can just instantly execute it. Same thing with PLO, once you get the algorithms there, you can just get it through. Now, once you're learning it and you go too fast, sometimes you can mess up on the algorithms, or you can just go too fast in general, and this thing that we're called locking up happens, where it does this and doesn't move because you're trying to turn too fast and not efficiently. Turning efficiently is much better than turning faster, because the more accurate you are, the more smooth your solves will be. Because just because it's a smooth cube doesn't mean you can have smooth solves. It can lock up if you try to go too fast. If I try to go too fast, it just instantly locks up because I'm not used to that speed. However, if you do practice the speed, like the algorithms, it can get better over time. But I'm still trying to learn algorithms, so I'm not too worried about speed at the moment. So once again, CFOP, the C is for the cross. F stands for F2L, which is trying to get the first two layers done simultaneously. After you do F2L, you want to move on to OOL and PLO. Now, I'm not going to explain exactly how to do them, but because I've already made a video on that. Once again, the link is in the description. But basically, you're trying to orient the last layer, which means to get the complete yellow side. Orient the last layer, which means to complete that yellow side. And then the P in CFOP stands for PLO, which is permutating or perm. There's different names for it, but it's either permeating or permutating. There's different words for it, but that means permutating the last layer, which is to get all the sides to match. And following those basic principles, you can easily solve the Rubik's Cube, and it's much harder than it seems. It's just learning the basics of it can really help in the long run, because then you'll have it down on what you're trying to do, and then the advanced methods just kind of fall in line with that. So you're not learning too much stuff after you learn the original CFOP method, because everything just falls into place and it gets not harder, but easier. The only hard thing would be drilling the algorithms, which is doing them over and over and over till the muscle memory gets stuck in your hand. That's really the only hard part, just trying to memorize the algorithms, because it's time consuming. So I'm going to do some solves where I'm not really going to talk so much to see if I can concentrate on getting a sub 20, because those are always fun to get. So I'm going to do two solves where I'm not going to talk as much, just so I can concentrate more on trying to get a sub 20. Have you ever wanted to buy your own Matt Guzman merch? Well, you're in luck, because now you can. Using the link below for teespring.com, you can buy your own Matt Guzman merch. And by using this code word, free shipping. CFOP. Now, if you also don't know what I'm talking about, the link in the description with Teespring also brings you to another link explaining what that means and how you should use it. Good luck! These are my attempts at getting a sub 20, so I'm going to inspect it first and see how it goes from there. Hopefully I can get at least one sub 20, because I've been bragging that I'm advanced in the CFOP method, so let's put that to good use. I don't know if you saw that, but that was just barely a sub 20. I kind of started going a little bit faster than I should have. Like I said, that I literally just said you shouldn't do, and I sped up, and of course it locked up at the last second, which caused 20.31. So it's just barely a sub 20. But if I were just to calm down a little bit. That's another thing when trying to learn CFOP. You should not try to make it so you speed up because you're nervous. That's like the worst thing you can do, because then either your hands will start to shake or your movements won't be as fluent or as efficient, like I said before. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Let me just restart. Are you kidding me? The same thing happened. I just got a 20.28. Same thing happened. I tried to speed up and it locked up. My thumb actually got caught inside the cube like this. That's why you heard that sound. It sounded like that. It was like a quiet snap. But that's what happened. I sped up again. I saw the time going down closer to 20 and I started speeding up, which I shouldn't have done. But I'm getting closer, a lot closer. So hopefully if I don't choke again, I can get a really good solve. Oh, all right. Well, I'm getting closer. It's like really close to a sub 20. I'm going to do one more, and then that'll wrap up the video for now. But this will be my last attempt. I've done sub 20s in other videos, and I'll try to see if I can put that link in the description as well. It'll be labeled sub 20 video, because I've done sub 20s in other videos where I'm able to get below 20 seconds. And it doesn't seem like my hands want to cooperate right now because they keep blocking the cube up when I try to go too fast. I was close again. Okay, as you can see, by using the CFOP method, I'm actually able to get faster times than my other videos. So they're all under 30 seconds because I've been practicing this for a long time. I've been doing the CFOP method for over a year. And I was really close to a sub 20 this video, since the best is a 20.28. So it all depends on how much you practice and the muscle memory you get. And once you start to get as advanced as I am, you can do the look ahead. Make sure you know the beginner's method before attempting this, or else nothing's going to make any sense. It's not going to go well for you. But thank you for watching my video on how to solve a Rubik's Cube fast using CFOP. If you liked it, please like the video and turn notifications on my channel. And look out for any other Rubik's Cube videos I have in the future, or videos in general. Make sure to look at the links in the description for more tutorials on OOL and PLO and any other things that I might have. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!